Long before the current campers set foot on Eagle Island, the Graves family spent nearly 30 summers here, enjoying the fresh air and unique setting. Today's campers walk in their footsteps and learn about Eagle Island's history. This video uses historic photos to explore how the buildings looked during the Graves era and how they are being used by the newest generation of Eagle Island summer residents. This great camp building complex was designed by William Coulter, a prominent Adirondack Great Camp architect, and constructed in 1903. As stated in the National Historic Landmark nomination, Eagle Island is arguably Coulter's finest extant rustic camp with design integrity to the original construction period. Coulter was hired by Levi Parsons Morton, the owner of Eagle Island and former governor of New York and U.S. Vice President. In 1910, the island was sold by Morton to Henry Graves, Jr. Graves was a wealthy banker and industrialist from Orange, New Jersey. He is known for competing with auto manufacturer James Packard for ownership of the world's most complicated watch. Graves eventually beat Packard by commissioning the Patek Philippe Henry Graves Super Complication watch in 1933. In 2014, the Super Complication set a new record price for timepiece sold at auction. The Graves family enjoyed many summers at Eagle Island, and then gifted the property to the Girl Scouts of Maplewood and the Oranges in 1937. The Friends of Eagle Island, now known as Eagle Island Inc., purchased the island from the Girl Scouts in 2015 and have overseen extensive rehabilitation and infrastructure work to bring it back as an operational summer camp while preserving the Graves family legacy. A number of Graves descendants were and still are involved with the preservation of Eagle Island. One of the most notable contributors was Eagle Island board member Henry Buzz Graves, Henry Graves Jr.'s great-grandson. In September of 2021, Buzz passed away. In honor of his unconditional support, Eagle Island hosted an intimate trail dedication with family and friends. Campers and visitors can enjoy the Buzz Graves Nature Trail whenever they are at Eagle Island. The main lodge was at the heart of the camp during the Graves era, and not much has changed today. While the main lodge, simply known as the lodge, was used for formal gatherings of men in the family, it is now a central meeting place for campers. Taxidermy still adorns the walls and rafters and is a conversation starter for every new group of campers. Most of these trophies were courtesy of George Coe Graves II, who was known to be a big game hunter. Today, during specialty camp weekends, the Adirondack chairs that sit on the lodge porch are never empty. Campers spend hours in the lodge playing board and card games, making friendship bracelets, and reading. There are two very important plaques still located on the walls of the lodge. One represents the gift of the property to the Girl Scouts in memory of Henry Graves III and his brother George, who each died in automobile accidents as young men. The second commemorates the camp's listing as a National Historic Landmark. The walkway to what is now the dining hall used to be uncovered. The roof was added by the Graves family. The dining hall was originally limited to the octagonal section and was called the Dining Pavilion before the Girl Scouts added on the large rectangular room that joins the kitchen and historic dining pavilion together. The walls still wear the original sweetgrass woven wallpaper and taxidermy sheep and ram's heads. The original circular dining room table sits in the historic children's dining area and is a common spot for staff to eat their meals and play games during their time off. The kitchen is still located in the same spot, and it has seen recent upgrades to make it a camper-ready and modernized summer camp kitchen. The family cabin used to be the main hub for family activities. Downstairs was the main living room where the women of the family would gather and socialize, while the men socialized in the main lodge. Upstairs in the family cabin was their main bedroom, as well as their trunk room, and a second bedroom for their children. The first floor of the family cabin is now used as office space, while the second floor is a sleeping space for staff. The second floor porch provides a spot where staff can relax and recharge during their time off, while taking in the views of the lake over the open play area now known as the peninsula. The annex rooms provided additional family or guest bedrooms. We are now utilizing this space for camper housing. We have recently finished construction on our accessible bathroom in the annex to serve campers with accessibility needs. The building historically known as the guest cabin is now called the Loon Lodge. The Graves family used this building to host friends in the 2 bedrooms. It is now used for camper housing. Campers love spending time on the porch, sitting in the Adirondack chairs, making friendship bracelets, playing cards, and writing letters to family and friends back home. The laundry building was used for the washing and drying of all of the laundry and linens from the Graves family while they vacationed on the island. The front room on the ground floor is now known as the staff lounge, and the back room is again a laundry room. The historic scrubbing tubs have been removed and made into benches. The upstairs bedrooms are now used for staff sleeping spaces. The boathouse was the entry point for the Graves family every time they were coming and going from the island. They used to call it the launch house. Today we arrive and leave from the service dock. In nice weather, the family and guests might spend most of their day at the boathouse, swimming off the dock, paddling in the canoes stored on the lower level, taking out the power boats, or sitting on the expansive decks and porches. During the Girl Scout era, the boathouse was pulled up onto land and the ground level was removed due to ice damage. It is now a 1-story building. The porch is now used for daily arts and crafts, and the bedrooms are used for camper housing. These rooms still boast the most beautiful views of the sunrise every morning. It's also the top accommodation option for our adult programs and sells out in a matter of days. Eagle Island educates campers and visitors about the rich Graves history and continues the legacy of Florence and Henry Graves Jr., who gifted Eagle Island so that it would, quote, forever be a place for children to play and flourish, end quote.